going on, guys? Welcome back to the life of JC. Well, I'm currently on my way to get a serpentine belt for my 2001 Honda Accord, which is like my work car, and we're gonna be changing that today. I'll be showing you guys how.
One eternity later.
So I just came back. It's pouring outside. Look, it's literally pouring. But anyways, I ended up buying the serpentine belt, right? 2001 Honda Accord, and like I thought it for a Honda, I thought it would be like $20 or something. It was with taxes $30.89. But I'm excited because I got this. You know what this is? My $20 rewards points. And I've been thinking about buying like I think it's like a big light bar. That's for like when you work on cars and shit, you know. So like I think it was $35, so that means $20 off. So I'd be literally just paying $15, maybe $20. But yeah, like I didn't really want to get it right now because it was gonna get wet. So if the weather stops later, I'll stop by and I'll record it. Okay. Hey, what's going on, guys? So for this, I just decided to do a little voiceover, just so you don't hear all the ugly ass background noises. But yeah, I'll be showing you guys how to take the lower uh, serpentine belt off, and for that, you obviously need to take the power steering belt off too. You're gonna need those are 12 millimeters. There's gonna be two bolts. You just gotta loosen them. Don't take them off. Just loosen them, just so the power steering pump can be loose and you can take off the belt. There's one in the back. I'll be showing you guys where it is. You can use a little extension to get to it faster or better. You see that 12 millimeter? That's the one you're gonna be loosening. We're gonna loosen the front one, 12 millimeter, and the back one, 12 millimeter, on the power steering pump, and that should loosen up the belt, and you can take it off. It's a little snug, but you gotta take it off. And then just push down on the power steering pump, and it should come off. You see? When you take it off, make sure you check it to see it doesn't have any tears or anything, just in case you gotta replace it too. And then now I'm gonna take the other belt off. For that one, you gotta take off. You gotta loosen up a 14 millimeter bolt on the alternator, which is the one that I'm pointing to right now. It's a 14 millimeter. Just loosen it up. And then there's also gonna be a 12 millimeter at the bottom. It's like right under it. You loosen up that 12 millimeter also. And then in the front, there's gonna be a 10 millimeter, which is for the tensioner. You're gonna loosen up that one so the alternator so you can bring it down. So you can take that belt off. I remember when I loosened up all three of the bolts, the alternator wouldn't move down, so I just got the hammer and gave it a few taps, and that worked. You guys have a hammer or need a hammer, just get one or get something heavy and hit it a little bit on the alternator so you can loosen up the belt. I don't know if you guys see that it was loose already, and then there, you just take it off. Yeah, the reason I was changing this was because whenever I would turn my car on, it would squeal really bad, or whenever I would turn on the AC, it would squeal really bad. So obviously it wasn't the power steering belt, so I decided to change the other one. Because for the 2 years that I've had this Honda, I've never replaced anything, so Just thought it was common to replace that. Yeah, I'll also be putting like a little diagram for in case you forget how the belt goes. It's gonna be like a little diagram showing you how it goes around the pulleys. You can pause there or rewind it if you guys like to. It's pretty simple. Okay, so here I got it back on. How I got it back on, I first put it onto the crankshaft, then I put it over the alternator. Yeah, like it's easier if you put it through the bottom first. Turn the wheels to the left so you can get it through the driver's side, and then put it over the alternator, and it should be good. Yeah, so like I'm just like getting the 14 millimeter a little bit snug, so when I tighten up the tensioner, which is a 10 millimeter, which is gonna make the alternator move up, so the belt can get tension, so it could be like nice and like tight, you know. Like once you see that the belt is a little bit tight, then you want to go ahead and tighten up the 14 millimeter that's holding the alternator and the 12 millimeter, which is under the alternator. Yeah, so remember, first tighten up the 10 millimeter, which is the tensioner, and then tighten up the 12 millimeter, then the 14 millimeter. Just make sure you remember the 10 millimeter first, because that's the one that makes the alternator move up and down. Yeah, and then after that, pretty much you just gotta put the other. See, I'm showing you guys this is a 12 millimeter. And then after that, you pretty much just have to put on the power steering belt. Like I said, make sure you also put that one on the crankshaft first, and then on top of the power steering pump, and then make sure you have it a little bit tight before you tighten up the two 12 millimeter bolts that hold the power steering pump. Oh, by the way, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also subscribe if you like the videos that I'm putting out. This is my second one, so I'm barely getting like a little bit of practice, you know. Yeah, you see right here, I turned the car on so I can turn the wheel all the way to the left so I can get my hand under the wheel so I can put the belt on the crankshaft first. You might have to press down a little bit on the power steering pump so you can get it. And as you see, I used the hammer and like wiggled it right there in the middle of it so I can like get a little bit of tension. And then once you see that the belt is tight, then you go ahead and tighten up the two 12 millimeter bolts. I'm showing you guys those are 12s. Like I said, there's a 12 millimeter in front and then a 12 in the back, and those are the only two things that you should be moving on the power steering. But yeah, like I said, if you guys find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the little bell. And yeah, oh, if you guys have any more tips or you guys uh, have any advice or something, make sure to put it down in the comments below. just so other people can see it if they need help with anything else.